Swamiji, a very related question has come. A devotee is asking, is compassion not a sign of weakness? Won't our enemies perceive our silence as weakness?
Is compassion not a sign of weakness? Will it not hold our enemies perceive this as a weakness? I tell you, no. Only a strong man can be compassionate, whose nervous system is really strong enough to absorb, stand all the abusal he goes through, can be compassionate. Understand? The strength is not how much you can attack, but how much you can bear. The strength should not be measured based on how much of power you can use to attack. It is based on how much you can withstand. The person who can withstand, only he can be compassionate. Only he is strong. Understand? The nervous system, which cannot withstand the suffering imposed by others, only loses its temper and explodes. That kind of a nervous system is always weak, and it attracts physical and mental cancer towards it. Not only that, in the cosmos, it will not survive, it will not be stable, it will not be alive. But the person who is established in the strength, who is established in compassion, he may not be accepted by the so-called society when he is in the body, but he will be creating histories. Understand? The person who is established in compassion, what kind of car he drives, what kind of house he lives, what kind of lifestyle he leads, all those things may be too small, too simple, may not be that grand, may not be that luxurious, but his life, he will create history. His story will become history. Understand? The person who is established in compassion, only he can show compassion and ahimsa. Only person who is established in strength can be compassionate. Who can judge but does not judge is God. Who has the power to judge but does not judge is God. I tell you, use this as a simple technique. Whenever you have the power to judge and punish somebody, just acute him with honor. In a small way. You see, each one of you have little power. See, when you don't have power to judge, you can't do anything, forget about that. But when a junior brahmachari, when your worker, when your subordinate does something wrong, now you have the power to judge and punish him or acute him. Decide to acute with honor. Just do this for 2-3 times. You will realize whenever you acute somebody with honor, without judging, the expansion happening in your inner space, the joy you experience in your inner space, that expansion is one moment of God consciousness. That joy is one moment of God consciousness. That one moment you are living enlightenment. Whenever you have the power to judge, but you do not judge and acute the person with honor, you are living enlightenment. You are expanding. You are expanding. You are expanding. So, I am not talking about compassion just as a morality. I am talking about compassion as a technique for living enlightenment, as a science of living enlightenment, as a science of Jivan Mukti. So understand, let me tell you an important truth. Person who is courageous enough to go through the fire of unknown only can be compassionate. See, the fear of unknown, the fire of fear of unknown is the presence of God in the planet Earth. Fear of unknown is presence of God in the planet Earth. Whenever you go through the fear of unknown with awareness, you experience God's consciousness. You expand in the direction of cosmic consciousness. Whenever you get a chance to go through the fear of unknown, don't miss it. Don't escape from it. Don't avoid it. Go through consciously. In my life, at the age of 12, I went through the fear of unknown. That is my enlightenment. It was fear of unknown. See, practically my logic was losing its hold. It's like a ground on which you are standing is being taken away. If your logic is losing, and if you are frightened, shaken, depressed, you will fall into unconscious depression, permanent depression. If you are aware, strong enough to face it face to face, you will fall into superconsciousness. When the fear of unknown happens in front of you, when you face it with awareness, you will fall into, or I can say raise into superconsciousness. Your logic will lose its power and you will raise to superconsciousness. Then whatever you think will become reality beyond logic. Just beyond logic. You can't logically understand how we created this organization. That is why media is predicting its own theories. You can't logically understand how the just the idea becomes reality without going through any logical process. When you lose the logic in the fear of unknown with consciousness, you fall or you raise to the superconsciousness. When you lose the logic by facing the fear of unknown through fear and depression and escaping, you fall into depression, unconscious. So, first time when I passed through, when I lived through the fear of unknown, at the age of 12, I became enlightened. The Buddha happened in me. Second time, when I lived the fear of unknown, around the age of 17, when I left the house. When I left the house, I entered into the fear of unknown. Then, I was established in Dharma. Means, now, then, I have only one way of solving all my problems is spiritual solutions. See, what I call as establishing yourself in Dharma means solving all your problems just through spiritual solutions, not depending political, legal, economical sources as the solution. Depending spiritual solution as the first priority to solve any problem or crisis you face in your life is what I call established in Dharma. Being established in Dharma. Please understand, when I first faced the fear of unknown, at the age of 12, I achieved the Buddhahood. I became Buddha. Buddha happened in me. When I faced the fear of unknown, at the age of 17, Dharma happened in me. I just learned to be established in Dharma. Means any problem comes in front of me, only spiritual solution. I did not have anything else to solve the problems except the spiritual ideas I am carrying in my heart. I did not have money, I did not know people, I did not have relationships, I did not have security, I did not have anything. So any problem comes up in me, the only solution is the spiritual truths I know. So I was established in Dharma when I did pass through the second fear of unknown. The third time, I wanted Sangha to be established. Now, when we all went through this fear of unknown, the Sangha is established. Understand? When we all went through the fear of unknown, Everybody, every individual went through the intense fear of unknown. Many of you don't even know you will meet me again or not. And the whole situation was such, so much of fear of unknown. Whoever passed this fire, went through this fear of unknown, they all have become part of me. What happened in me at the age of 12 has happened in every individual who went through this fear of unknown with clear consciousness. I saw very clearly how the transformation happened in me when I went through the fear of unknown. The same thing happening in everybody. That's why I feel whoever went through this fear of unknown and stood by the Master, stood with the Master, stood with me, without being taken away by this cyclone of sensationalism, I saw the tremendous transformation and the strength happened in every being. Every being. So understand, there's a beautiful story in a saint's life, Jnanasambantar's life. It says that at the age of 16 he got married, and after that there was a huge light energy appeared, and he said, whoever want to come to me Kailash, come and be with Shiva in Kailash, come on, I am going. So he entered that light, and whoever wanted to go with him, all of them entered that light. And the story says, thereafter they all remained ever happily in Kailash. I tell you, this is the same thing, the huge fear of unknown. Whoever entered with me and walked through me in this fear of unknown, be very clear, you are in Kailash. You are in Kailash. And first, when I went through the fear of unknown, at the age of 12, Buddha happened in me. Second, at the age of 17, when I left the house, when I went through the fear of unknown, Dharma happened in me. Now, at the age of 33, when we went through the fear of unknown, the real Sangha happened here. Understand, the real Sangha has happened now. Nothing more can shake any of you guys. Nothing more can shake any of you guys. See, all you guys had me as a security. Suddenly, even I was taken away from your life. Snatched. Not even taken away, snatched. But even with that insecurity, even with that fear of unknown, you all stood by. That is the ultimate fear of unknown. Literally unknown. You don't know where Swamiji is. You don't know when you will see him again. And every day, new varieties of allegations, new kinds of rumors, new kinds of news, and you don't know what is going to come tomorrow. Fear of unknown. Whoever tasted that fear of unknown, courageously, boldly, strongly, and stood by, I tell you, the Buddha has happened in all of you, and Sangha has happened here in me. I am seeing very clearly, the Sangha has happened. At 12, Buddha. At 17, Dharma. At 33, Sangha. So 3 times I went through the fear of unknown. Every time I went through the fear of unknown, I only became more stronger, more joyful, I only expanded more. Only great things have happened in me. So be very clear, whenever fear of unknown happens in your life, don't miss the chance of going through it consciously. Don't miss it, grab it and go through with awareness, go through with courage, go through with a straight consciousness, you will only become more, you will only be expanded, you will only be great. So, only a courageous person can go through the fear of unknown. Only he can express compassion. I tell you, to express compassion, to be established in ahimsa, you need courage, you need strength. A weak person cannot do that. Only a strong person can do that. See, unless you go through the fear of unknown, the Sangha cannot happen. The whole Sangha has to go through the fear of unknown. Only then the core of the Sangha will be created. I have seen near Pondicherry, the wood becoming stone because it was under the earth for a long time. So it's a kind of a process. Same way, I saw every individual radiating enlightenment because of this whole passing through the fear of unknown. See, only when you pass through the fear of unknown, you will remember how many things you took it for granted in your life. Many of you took me for granted, took the comfortable life for granted, took the next meal for granted, took the regular peaceful life for granted, took the banyan tree under which you can sit and meditate for granted, took the peace of this ambience for granted, took the space for studying and practicing for granted. Suddenly, that fear of unknown, when you go into that and come out, you know the value of everything now. The value of everything. Understand, even in this whole thing, I can tell you very clearly, earlier the number may be more. Now, we may have one or two people less, but in intensity, each one of you are equivalent to 1,000. Equivalent to 1,000. Because of this whole scandal, our Sangha has only become pure and strong. We have not lost anything except the unnecessary fat which needs to be lost. Thank you.